Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel ahead of a midweek game week 21 deadline. Of course, we're here to break all the news from the press conferences for you, go through your teams as well. Of course, we'll be doing those team ratings a little bit later over on Twitter if you want to get those sent in at FPLTom_. And of course, discussing my plans with my team. Of course, we're just outside the top 50k in terms of all players as well. And most importantly, we're going to be helping you guys out in the chat as well. So if you do have any questions, get them in. Make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff, as it does help to push the stream out to more and more people. But yeah, I think we're feeling pretty good, to be honest. I can't complain. I'm feeling pretty good. Here he is. Yeah, I'm here now, guys. Don't fear. No need to worry. Any questions, like I said, you do have about your teams, get them in. We'll try and answer as many as we possibly can. I can already see we've got some people already in the chat, nice and early. Love to see it. Adams asked me, start Timber or Robinson, Rogers or Pedro. But I probably would go... I'd probably go Robinson, and I probably would go Rogers, with João Pedro being a little bit of a doubt. I know it's a really good fixture, but I probably still would go that way. I have Isak, João Pedro in my team. Should I take the risk to let them both start? I probably would. I think Isak's a little bit more, I would maybe say, secure if he's going to train today. But again, both are big doubts, but both could do exceptionally well with their fixtures that they've got. Of course, Isak being in red hot form as well. When are we doing team reviews? We'll probably start those around maybe 3 o'clock, somewhere around there. Obviously, the deadline's not till 6, but we're now going nice and early for these ones. Probably do about 2.5 hours. No worries, mate. Anytime. Hello there. I've got the cash for Gordon, so either him or Murphy need to gain rank. I probably would go for Anthony Gordon. I think he's the better out of the two, to be honest. I mean, there's no point me doing a stream at 5 because you have pretty much everybody else streaming at that point. So there's no point. Just everyone goes to the big boys. That's the way it works. Captain Salah or Isak? I think with Isak being a doubt, I probably would just leave it on Salah. That's kind of the plan I'm going for. Deciding between starting Enzo and Colwell. Enzo seems to have the higher ceiling. Yep, definitely. I'd rather have Enzo than Colwell this week. Who's my captain? Yeah, let's come on to my team. So obviously we've got 2 free transfers. We've made one of them already. We've taken Kirkez out and we've brought in Lewis Hall. The fixtures for the next few, and of course the 11FI data that we've been kind of covering in this week's videos as well, looks really strong and decent projections going forward for Newcastle. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty decent. So yeah, I'm just going to captain Salah this week. I think with Isak being a little bit of a doubt ahead of today's game, I don't think it's going to be worth it. So we're just going to stick with Mohamed Salah. I am tempted by Palmer, and it might be one potentially for the coin that we have that little flip on the coin, see which way that one goes. But yeah, overall, probably just going to stick with Salah this week. I think if you've got Haaland, though, I think he's probably the better shout out of the two. Brentford, one of the worst sides for XG conceded. So if you have held Haaland for this time period, definitely worth captaining him this week for me, in my opinion. But yeah, that's how we're kind of lining up. Of course, there's a poll going around on the chat as well. So make sure you get your votes in for that one. The best captain for game week 21. Still looks like a lot of you are going to go for Alexander Isak, despite him potentially being a little bit of a doubt. So it's interesting to see that one. Obviously, we'll talk about the Isak news because it is very prevalent to a lot of people's teams. Of course, Eddie Howe gave his press conference today. Now, I would say if this is your first time dealing with Eddie Howe, maybe just know that this man is a notorious bullshitter. He gives Pinocchio a good run for his money, to be honest. So yeah, very, very good at lying is Eddie Howe. But in one quote, he's been saying, hopefully those who missed the Bromley, Isak, Botman, Willock will be fine. Isak will be desperate to obviously break the club record, and he'll train for the first time today. So he's only going to train one day, and then he'll play tomorrow. So I don't know whether or not they're going to risk him off that one game. Of course, there's games at the weekend. There's still a lot of games to come with January and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of games to come for the Premier League, so I don't know whether or not they would rush him back. Of course, they want to break that record, and he's so crucial to the way they play, but I think maybe given some of his injury history, probably not going to be worth it. We'll have to look at them again today. They were left out for genuine reasons, all for different things, but nothing major, we hope. Minor problems that they needed to settle down. Fingers crossed they'll be there or thereabouts. So yeah, again, it's really 50-50 on this one, there or thereabouts. I'm not 100% convinced that I'm going to back the Isak captain this week. I think if you go for it, fair enough, but do know that there's a big added risk to that, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of how I would see it. I'm thinking Mbeumo out for Gordon temporarily. The thing is, I could see Brian Mbeumo scoring against City. I really could. I really could. So I think that one could be at your own peril. The reason I've kept Konza is he rotates better than Kirkez. The next 4 fixtures for Kirkez are extremely difficult, and I need a defender to play in those ones. So yeah, Hall works better as the rotation option. I want a wild card this week and bench boost next week, but that would leave me with no chips. Why would you... Don't bench boost next week. Don't bench boost next week. Save that bench boost till the double game weeks, all right? That's going to be a better time to play it. I think it's an okay time to wildcard. You could obviously load up on Liverpool and Everton assets, leave a little bit of money left in the bank if you want to, of course, play the assistant manager chip, which did come out this week, of course, if you want to play that. That might be the better way to go, potentially. Jamie's in the chat, one of our channel moderators. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you're doing well. I saw you was making Simpsons memes in the Discord again. Absolutely love that. It's a fair play, mate. Love that. 0.9 million in the bank. 1 free transfer. Raya, Valamirson, Gabriel Bertrand. Which 11? I mean, yeah. I think you could wait 1 game week if you've got the bench to obviously cover it. But yeah, that's probably the move I would do with that one. Yeah, that's probably the move I'd do with that one. That's the way I'd go on that one. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident with how the team's lining up, to be honest. I think we could be in a really good position. I think the team's looking pretty strong. I think for the next few weeks, I've got obviously the plans in place. We're going to stick with Jackson for 2 weeks. And then, of course, that will bring us to 23. And obviously, I think at the moment, I'm tempted with either Gakpo or Visser. Of course, Visser would free up a lot of money, so maybe we'd then look to bring in like a Canate or somebody within that back line ahead of the double game week as well. So, yeah, I think my priority is going to be build as many transfers as possible going into that double game week. Will Liverpool be bad again after Manchester United? Probably not. They'll probably bounce back and look quite well. I would use the triple captain on Salah rather than the assistant manager chip on Slot. So yeah. Bench 3. Probably would bench Colwell. Maybe Burn. And then I guess probably... maybe Rodgers or Gvardiol. That last one's going to be tricky. Hey Shane, how's it going? Another one of our channel members. Thank you very much for joining today's stream. What time is it out in New Zealand? Is it late or is it early? I can never work out which way you are around. But yeah, let me know how you're getting on, man. Gabriel or Robinson? I think Spurs will score in that game. I do. Who Fulham got this week, actually? I'm not 100% sure who Fulham got because I've got no players. Let me have a look. No, the Pedro one as well. They've said like they've gone for scans and it's nothing really. But again, still might not be risked in this midweek fixture. Same with Isak as well. It's only going to be his first training session back. Manish, bro, if you tried streaming for 3.5 hours, you'd realise why that's a big mistake. I'm not going to stream for 3.5 hours. It's just not going to happen. I won't have a voice by the end of it. Fulham have got West Ham. Oh, maybe a new manager bounce could be riddled. Could be riddled. Start one of Gvardiol or Gabriel. Ooh, I probably would go Gabriel on that one. Feel the deadline time has made me go nuts. Jesus to and die. Oh, no, mate. No. We need to see how they operate under David Moyes first before considering any players. I know they've got that double game week coming up, but let's see how they're good, or if they're good or bad. Would you bench Wood or Enzo? Oh, I'd probably bench Enzo, you know. Bench 1, Gabriel, Robinson, Hall, Konza. I think probably either Konza or Robinson are your 2 to bench there, to be honest. It's 3 a.m. Oh, mate, that's a grim one. 3 a.m. Fair play for being up and obviously sat in today's stream. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Currently starting Rodgers and Brennan Johnson on the bench. Is it worth it to get Eze for Johnson and bench Rodgers? No, I think it's a pretty good fixture for Rodgers, isn't it? So, probably not. Jesus to Gakpo or Mateta. Obviously, Mateta, the next 4 fixtures are really delicious. They're playing some of the worst teams for XG conceded, so I definitely think that is an option. But Gakpo with that double game week, Ipswich the week before, that could be tempting. Yeah, we'll talk about assistant manager chip in a second and my plans for that one. Semenyo or Kirkes first on the bench? Semenyo. Easy. Easy one, Rebecca, that one. Easy one. Right, I think it's this one, I hope. No, wrong one. Let's try that again. There's the assistant managership. Of course, all the player clubs and manager prices were announced the other day, and obviously, you know, people are trying to decide when's probably going to be the perfect time to use this chip. I think for me personally, I'm probably going to play it maybe 24, and I'm tempted to just go for David Moyes. You know, with the bonuses that come in for beating a side 5 places above you. If they get something out of that Liverpool game, a draw maybe, because they are at home, it's not out of the realms of possibility. Those games are usually pretty low scoring, that we could realistically get quite a bit of value out of David Moyes at 0.5. Of course, we could just go for Arnie Slot. The fixtures for Liverpool decent across that period as well, so you know I don't really mind that one too much. But finding that 1.5 million is probably going to mean some sacrifices to my team. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure I want to go down that route. The other manager that has caught my eye is going to be Amrin at 0.8 million. I think he could be immense value as well. Like I said, with that table position, getting you that 10 bonus. If of course, Manchester United are still looking pretty ropey, still miles behind it, that could be the period then, of course, that we look to jump on Amrin. If he's got some decent fixtures, I think 31 to 33 is the period that people are looking at for potentially playing the chip on him as well. Obviously, no doubles during that period, but again, you could probably wildcard in 30, set your team up for the assistant manager chip, then of course go into the double game weeks and stuff like that. So yeah, that's probably gonna be the plan. But yeah, let me know what your plans are for the assistant manager chip. Any that have caught your eye, any that you're thinking about, let me know. Shift work has completely, yeah, I used to do nights and it absolutely used to knacker me up in terms of sleep. I feel that, mate. What happened to Isak? Missed the Bromley game due to a small injury, and they're going to have to just wait and see. He's apparently going to train today, and then they're going to make a judgment on it. Same goes for João Pedro as well. We'll probably do team ratings around 3, 3:30. We'll get a good bunch of those in. Of course, if you want your team rating by myself, head over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under one of my most recent tweets. Fernandes as a captain, yeah, I have been tempted with it. Obviously, Southampton are abysmal, but I still don't think I can trust Manchester United or their assets. And I think having Bruno on his own is going to be a big enough differential. So, yeah. Pickford or Sells. Ooh, we'll look at the betting data for that one. Huijsen or Kirkes. Huijsen. Yeah, the money will go back into the bank, I imagine. Yeah, anybody that's subscribed to the channel, if you want to get your team rated by me, head over to my Twitter at FPLTom_ and we'll get those rated. I have to captain a player that hasn't scored in the Premier League yet. Oh my days. Hasn't scored. So that's a difficult one. I'm trying to think of a player that hasn't scored. Glasner as well, 31 to 33 could also be a great shout. Nice. Good to see you rolling. What's up, Tom? Do I start Wood or do I hit Jesus to Mateta? I'd probably just play Wood on that one. Saw or Murphy? I think for the next 4, I'd probably be leaning more towards Saw, but I think both could be really, really decent options. Yeah, messed up long-term planners. Obviously, I think there's so many variants that you can go for as well. Abby's also thinking about Glasner in 31 to 33. Lots of people are probably going to be playing it around there as well. Yeah, you can send your team now. There's nothing holding you back. Nothing holding you back. Yeah, has Hall scored this season? He might be the one to captain if you've not, of course, got someone there. If I had Haaland, I probably would captain him this week. I think he was second on the Rob T FPL betting market data. So yeah, I probably would do that. When are the 3 double game weeks expected? 34, 36, and obviously the one in 24. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but I think those are the ones. Best replacement for Jesus, probably going to be Mateta, Gakpo, Wood, Visser, Jimenez. No, Foden did score the other week. Yeah, Foden scored the other week if I'm not mistaken. Do I lock in Timber to Hall now? I think Timber could still play. I think, if I remember reading correctly, the Arteta press conference comments were still pretty positive around him. Yep, that team looks pretty decent to me, Jason. Start Munoz or Hall. Semenyo or Munoz. I probably would go with... Oh, I probably would go with Hall. Better fixtures, I think, on the betting markets. But I'd be tempted to play Munoz over Semenyo, to be honest, if I could. But yeah, that's probably the way I'd go on that one. Isak cap, I don't think it's going to be worth it for me now. Like, there's some doubt around his potential fitness. We're going to have to wait and see with those double game weeks. It's all dependent on FA Cup and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. Yeah, Jamie said Timber's okay. Apparently it was only cramp. Nice. I'd play Pedro over Enzo. But yeah, then it is Arteta. He's also got a reputation, hasn't he? Just like Eddie Howe, they've both got reputations. Yeah, agreed. I think if I had Gabby Jesus in my team and I could obviously just bench him and get away with it, I probably would. It's quite a quick deadline. It's quite a quick turnaround till the game week 22 deadline, so I don't think you'd have to worry too much. So yeah, I probably would just leave it. Yeah, João Pedro's back in training as well today, but again, they're going to make a judgment call on him. Set my team now. Cool. Cheers, mate. Like I said, we'll go and review those maybe around 3, half 3. We'll get a good amount of those in before we go and do some batches. Of course, the coin is here as well. Here he is. If you've got any 50-50 split decisions that you want the coin to decide for you, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, Jacob Murphy has been delivering quite well. I think Harvey Barnes is still out as well. So, yeah, probably still going to be a pretty steady pick, isn't he? Welbeck. I don't think he is going to be an option. Not for me personally. Spurs 27, 28 and 29. Of course, you are paying quite a big premium for Postecoglou, but who have they got in those games? I mean, they pulled off some scalps, haven't they, this season? 28, 29, so Bournemouth, Fulham, Chelsea. I mean, it's all right saying that now, but they might not be in that position. They could go on a little bit of a winning run. They've got some decent fixtures. Coin. Tom wants coin flip for Salah or Isak. Very, very good one. Right, heads is going to be Salah. Tails is going to be Isak, all right? It's heads. There you go. It's heads. Play Rodgers, Saliba or Wood. Probably between Rodgers and Wood for me. Any news on João Pedro? He's back in training today, but they are going to just assess how he gets on. There you go. Start 3, Robinson, Timber, Digne, Timber or Colwell. You put Timber in there twice, Luke. You've just deleted your message. Yeah, I think you realised, didn't you? Enzo to Murphy and bench Jesus. Ooh, I don't mind that, Shane, you know. I don't mind that. I really, really don't mind that. Who has heads? I think Salah was heads. I think Salah was heads, right? Yeah, I think Salah was heads. What are the double game weeks? The double game week that has been confirmed is 24. The other ones are still TBC, but probably going to be 34 or 36. How long is Jesus out for? Looks like it could be a while. It looks like an ACL injury, so that one's going to be quite a biggie. Yeah. How close is the Rodgers-Wood decision? Not really. I'm pretty happy playing, to be honest, Morgan Rodgers. Pretty happy to play it. I think he's fine, though. I've not seen anything in the Howe press conference comments. So yeah, I think he's going to be fine. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying today's stream, make sure you're liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Of course, we're on our road to 12,500 subscribers by the end of the season, and it is only possible with your amazing support. So if you do enjoy any of the content, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff. Play 3 out of the 4, I probably would go João Pedro, Saw, and Ahmed. I think you just have to maybe suck it up if Mbeumo gets points. I probably would prefer Gordon, because then you've got that switch to Mbeumo in 24. There you go. Yeah, the Everton ones, I think, are probably going to be a wait and see. I think defensively, you probably got your options like Mikalenko and Pickford that I think could be decent options. It's the midfield and forward ones that I still think are leaving a lot up for debate, so not really going to look at any of them for me personally. Start 3, Robinson, Timber, Digne, Timber again, or Colwell. I'd go Robinson, Digne, Colwell. But I think Timber is okay. Apparently it was just cramp, so you could always play Timber. But I can see Spurs scoring in that game. I would go Saw and Murphy out of those ones. Yeah, I probably would go Saw and Murphy, actually. Yeah, I'd probably go Saw and Murphy. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline, let me know. Any questions you have about your team as well, get them in, and we'll try and help you out. Oh, that's a strong mid, to be fair, mate. Yeah, I can bring up the Isak news again. Give me a quick second. Where is it? This one, I think. Yeah, there we go. So this is the latest update on the Alexander Isak situation. Alex will be desperate to play, chasing a club record. He'll train today for the first time since Arsenal. So the game's tomorrow. The first training session that he's doing is today, which is a little bit of a concern. And then the other comment, the full kind of comment that came from this, we'll have to look at them again today. They were left out for genuine reasons, all different, nothing major, minor problems that need to settle down. Hopefully everybody will be there or thereabouts. So it's a little bit touch and go with Isak. So I think, you know, if you've got him, whatever, fine. Maybe potentially wouldn't look to buy him this week. Don't think I'd be captaining him, to be honest. If he is going to be a doubt, I think I probably would maybe just play it safe and stick with Salah. But, you know, Isak, I think, does have a very, very tasty fixture. I think he does. I think if you've got Haaland, though, I think he is the clear captaincy option for this week. Yeah, Bruno Cap's an interesting one. The only reason I'm not going to go with Bruno Cap is I think he's a big enough differential. What's his ownership at? 10%. Like, for me, he's probably still going to be a big enough differential to get enough points out of this game where I still feel confident. And if we look at the run that United are on in the league, draw, loss, 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 1 win, loss, loss. Like, they're still not in great form. They're still not a great team. So I don't think they can be reliable enough for captaincy choices for me personally. I probably would sell Kirkos for Munoz. The next 4 fixtures for Bournemouth are really difficult. Howe is hopeful on Isak, yeah. Eddie the Notorious Howe, yeah. It's a difficult one. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be worth the risk. I think that's the big thing. I don't think it's going to be worth the risk captaining Isak. I know a lot of people will probably still go for it. Fair enough, looking at the poll, a lot of you are still going to go for Isak. However, then it's a 50-50 split between Salah and Palmer. You imagine Isak comes off the bench. Yeah. Why did I remove Mateta? I never had Mateta. He was one of the players I was looking at for Nicholas Jackson, but I've decided that I'm just going to be patient. Play him the next 2, see how he gets on. He's got Bournemouth and Wolves at home, both pretty great fixtures, to be honest, for a home side. Then I can look at Visser, who has decent fixtures, Gakpo with the Liverpool double up. Maybe we get a little bit more information and data around Everton. Maybe DCL starts to hit some decent form. So I think just leaving the door open for that double game week, leaving as many transfers, probably going to be the way I'd probably go with that one. Okay, Jamie. Jamie's spitting some facts for us there. Wolves have had the 4th best defence since Victor took over. How many games has he had in charge, though? Like, I imagine that's not a huge sample size, is it? Who to bench between Visser, Rogers and Matoma? I'd bench Matoma. Nice. Start both, one or Diaz. I'd start both. Yeah, I mean, probably Jackson's the only player, but yeah, probably Jackson's the only one out of there that you would go for it. Yeah, this is the thing. They definitely left the door open for Wolves. That game, where's Aina? Because we'll be able to see what they actually conceded in terms of XG conceded for that game. Yeah, expected goals conceded 1.57 against Wolves. That is extremely high. Like, genuinely extremely high. For this side that usually, as you can see here, don't really concede usually more than one. They're very, very good at keeping like teams at bay usually. So 1.57 for them is their highest since they played Manchester United in a 3-2 game, then the City game as well. Usually they're very, very good at keeping oppositions out. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. It is going to be a difficult one, but yeah, Wolves definitely showed that there is a blueprint to go and attack this side as well. McAllister, yeah. I think he could be one of those that does pop up in the midfield area as maybe an interesting option, but I don't think I'm personally going to go for it. Saw or Bruno? I'd actually prefer Bruno if I could get him. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying today's stream, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. Like I said, we are on that road to 12,500 subscribers by the end of the season, and it is only possible with your guys' amazing support. Start Sells or Fabianski? I think Sells could make quite a few saves. I probably would go Sells. Yeah. Hi, Sells, Semeno, Ahmed, Saw. Yeah, I probably would do most of those moves, to be honest. And I think the order that you've got them there is probably my order of preference as well. Yeah, Wolves could be a really, really decent chance. Here he is. More chance of a 180. Mate, you were close today. Those Luke Schittlers were cooking. They run smoke, mate. They run smoke. So yeah, definitely helping out. I don't know if you said you were coming over later. Let me know if that is the case or not. Sells, Konza, Hall, Aina and Buemo Fernandez. Pretty decent side, yep. I'm hovering over Jackson, Mateta, but can't decide. I think the bonus thing for Jackson is... Not for Jackson, for Mateta is he's playing for like towards the bottom end of the defences in terms of the XG conceded chart. He will get chances. He probably will score a couple over that run. However, Jackson, I think maybe we just give him the next 2 games and then assess our options from there. So yeah, I probably would do that. Foden to Bruno. I wouldn't take Foden out. He's got a pretty decent record against Brentford. Then they've got Ipswich next week. So yeah, I'd probably just stick with Foden. Exclude 1, Murphy, Diaz, Salah, Ahmed, Saul, Raul. It's probably going to be between maybe Diaz, Raul, probably for me. Mateta has a decent record against Leicester. Fair enough. There's, again, more to swing it back in your favour. Oh, cheers, man. I appreciate that one. Appreciate that one. Yeah, like I said, guys, if you do enjoy the stream, make sure you're hitting that like button. Of course, we do go early with pretty much most of our streams now as well. Those included at the weekend as well. So if you are a little bit maybe of an early riser or, of course, in a different country and stuff like that, we'll sort you out. We're always here nice and early. Sell Enzo. Feels like quite a luxury transfer if I was to sell Enzo. Or like if someone was looking at it. I think it's an Owen and I believe. I think it's Owen and I. I'd rather win FPL 2 seasons in a row. The amount of clout I'd get on the channel for that one would be ridiculous and probably would change my life. To the point where it would be like... I guess the free kicks would be decent, but like I don't have the technical ability to play football, so I mean... they're not just going to bring me on for free kicks. So yeah, I'd rather win FPL 2 seasons in a row. It'd be more beneficial for me financially. Meant to say I have Wood, Colwell, Rodgers on the bench, and my starting 11 is... Ooh, yeah, I mean, the Jimenez-Rodgers one's probably the big debate, isn't it? But yeah, I think whichever way you go on that, you're probably maybe going to leave some bench on the points. Hold or sell Martinelli, I probably would get rid. Going triple Liverpool, fair enough. Obviously, remember you've got the assistant manager chip as well if you're a little bit unsure of those second attackers. Coin toss, Enzo or Wood? Yeah, we'll go heads for Wood. Nice. Tails for Enzo. Heads. Wood. There you go. Wood goal tonight. I mean, he's sat for a sub on my bench, so I'd be praying that Alexander Isak doesn't feature. Timber to Virgil van Dijk or Roll. Ooh. I mean, if you've got cover, I probably would maybe just save the transfer, bank it. Cucurella or Gabriel. Ooh, I probably would go Gabriel for the bullet header. Yeah, I'd keep Isak. I'd be keeping Isak. I won't be selling him. Wouldn't be selling him. That's daft. Only looks like a minor injury, so even if he misses tonight's game against Wolves, you get in Bournemouth, Southampton, Fulham, City are pretty naff defensively. That's a little bit of a difficult run there, but even still, I'd probably hold them through it, and then you go into that beauty. Yeah. Oh, bro. Look at him go. Napstars gifted 5 memberships. Bro, thank you very much for that. I massively appreciate that. What an absolute legend. What an absolute legend. He's gifted himself one as well. So welcome to the Soggy Biscuit Club, Kai, Napstars, Pajita. Again, apologies if I'm pronouncing that one. Alex, who's absolutely flying this season as well, and Ahmed. So congratulations, guys. Big shout out has to go for Napstars, though, for gifting the 5 memberships. So yeah, welcome to the Soggy Biscuit Club, guys. Thank you very much for that, man. I appreciate that. Isak and Murphy playing. Yeah, I probably would have both. Change Visser to Haaland. No, I don't think I'd want Haaland. I probably would want him for next 2, but after that, yeah, it's not going to be really worth the kind of switch, is it? Which defenders should I start out of Trent, Gahey, Konza, Saliba and Robinson? Gahey, Trent, and then I probably would go maybe Saliba or Robinson. I think Wood's probably a buy for next week, not this week. Do I keep Gordon? Yeah. Yeah, Jamie's got the right idea. Big up to Napsters. Napstars, should I say, actually. Napster's the fucking music thing. I watched The Social Network the other day. Great film, by the way. What do you think about Nico Williams as a differential? I probably wouldn't. I probably would rather have Milenkovic. But yeah, I get it. I get it if you want a cheaper way into that Forest back line. Start Pedro or Rodgers. I think you gamble on Pedro playing with the Ipswich game, don't you? Play Wood or Raul. Ooh, I think I play Raul. Yeah, I think for me, Louis, mate, if I had Haaland, I'd captain him. If I had Haaland, I'd captain him. Simple as. I think he might be second on the Rob TFPL betting data. Let me get that up. Here it is. Yeah, you guys see that? Just about. No, you can't. Not really. But yeah, he's second on that. There you go. You can see it there. 0.81, 1 plus at 55% as well. So the betting market's really, really liking Erling Haaland as an option. So yeah, I think I'd probably go for it. In terms of the Rob T FPL stuff as well, I'm going to go, I think it's this one. Oh, smashed it. So yeah, looking at the betting markets as well here. Decent numbers coming up for City, Newcastle, Arsenal and United. I imagine these might potentially change. There might be an update from Rob as well. Another person has joined the FPL Tom fan pack. Appreciate that one, Mohammed. Welcome to the Soggy Biscuit Club. It's unofficial name, by the way. So yeah, thank you. We're gaining lots of channel members in today's stream, which is absolutely wild. But yeah, thank you very much for everybody that, of course, does join the club. If you want to click the join button down below, you can also get yourself a little shout out and all that stuff. And yeah, you've got loads of gifts in there and all sorts that you can obviously spam into the chat and stuff like that. Damp digestives. Damp digestives. We're not calling the club the Damp Digestives Club. Oh my days. The Damp Digestives. For fuck's sake. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. Robert says, I have the money for both Ahmed and Fernandez, but with the money difference, would Ahmed be better? I think if you're maybe looking to play the assistant managership in the next few weeks or the double, might be worth going for Ahmed. Obviously, frees up quite a few as well. Needed to cop the gifts. Yeah, I need to update the emojis in the chat. They've not been done for a while. There is a way, but it took it just takes quite a while to do. I've not really touched TikTok in a while. I've just kind of left it. Yeah, I occasionally upload on there, but I've kind of just left it, to be honest. Gamble with Captain and Gordon. Not for me. Not for me, mate. Is Iwobi good to start? Yeah, I probably would start him. Where's Fulham on here? 1.6. Again, though, let's wait and see. You know, it could be a little bit of a banana skin, that one, with obviously a new manager. See how they get on and stuff like that. I've not watched the FA Cup game, so I don't really know how they got on. But yeah. I need to get my team back up, don't I? Remember, guys, if you do want your team reviewed by myself, head over to my Twitter at FPLTom and we'll get those sorted for you. Bench one of Ahmed, Murphy, and Buemo and Jackson. Ooh. Fixture-wise, you probably would have to go Brian and Buemo, but I could see all of these players realistically scoring. Probably be tempted with Jackson, but again, I think whoever you put on the bench there, you're going to be left with a little bit of a headache, so maybe Murphy? Oh, it's a toughie. It's such a toughie. I don't think I'd probably do those moves, Baz. No, I don't think I'd probably do those. Mateta or Jackson, I'm having the same debate myself, but I'm going to stick with Jackson for the next few. I think if you wanted to go for Mateta, it could be really advantageous over the next few weeks. They are, like I said, playing some of the worst defences in the league for XG conceded, so it could be a good move. Would you bench Hall? Depends who for. Depends who for. No, he's around like 20. I think he's around 25, 30 maybe % ownership now. Like, he'll do a bit of damage, but he won't be like a killer. You know what I mean? He'll probably, if he goes off, he will do quite a bit. Like Brian and Buemo, I think he's probably the same level. So yeah, if Brian scores against it, mate, Brian is gonna score against. They're gonna beat City tonight. I'm telling you right now, they will beat City tonight. They will stomp them. Easy, done, game over. Brentford are gonna cook, mate. I'm telling you right now. It's just gonna happen. It just is. Just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Just let it happen. You know what I mean? Let it happen. All will be okay. No, I probably won't bench him for either of those two. Not for me personally. Any vid for chip strategy? Yeah, I think it's difficult to say, isn't it, with chip strategy? I know like quite a few of the big boys have already done theirs, so yeah, I think when I maybe kind of finalise it over the next few weeks, I might put one together. But yeah, a lot of the big boys have already done one, so I don't know. If you guys want to see it, I'll probably do it. But yeah, let me know. Let me know which way you're swinging on that one. Haaland cap, yeah, I think if you've got him, definitely worth giving him a shout. What is my rank? 52k at the moment. So yeah, we're having a really, really good season. Despite not having Haaland for the first few weeks, despite being back at 5 million at one point in the season. Yeah. Should I sleep now and hope to wake up before the deadline? Feel like if I do, I'll end up doing the unthinkable and burning a transfer. Oh my days. Can't burn a transfer. Surely there's got to be somebody, Shane. I hope you've sent your team across. We'll have a look at that one, mate. Shut up, Louis Barker. Let's have less of that from you, yeah? And Buemo captain. He's stomping that City defence for sure. I'm going Salah. Isak captain or Salah or Palmer. I think it's going to be probably between Salah or Palmer. Like I said, the Isak cap one, with him being a little bit of a doubt for the game tomorrow, I probably won't risk it, so probably would just go with Salah or Palmer, yeah. I mean, Paul, I don't think any of those options are great, to be honest, mate. Yeah. Raya or Flecken as the goalkeeper for today? I'd go Raya. Isak captain, like I said, not for me personally. I think, yeah, just with him being a bit of a doubt, I don't think it's going to be worth it. Yeah, Jamie's got the right idea. There's still another round of second legs and, of course, FA Cup matches to decide before we kind of lock in our chip strategies, I guess. Gordon's not going to be the captain for me. Nope. Let me have a look at predicted points. So these are from Fantasy Football Hub ahead of today's game. Like I said, for me, it's probably going to be between those two for most people, Palmer or Salah. Palmer edging it by 0.1 point. But Bournemouth, statistically, this season have been really, really good defensively. I think they may be like the 5th best defence for XG conceded. Same kind of category that Salah falls into, really. Of course, hit this at 3rd as well. Haaland, for me, I think would be the captain. If I had him, would probably go for him. Bruno looking pretty decent as well as an option. Same with Alexander Isak as well. But obviously, with him being a little bit of a doubt, I don't think it's going to be potentially worth it. But yeah, some interesting predicted points coming up for this game week, to be honest. Obviously, clear 2 with Salah and Palmer. Haaland trailing just behind. And then you've got Bruno and Isak. But like I said, I probably would stick with either Palmer or Salah for me personally. That's probably the way I'd go on that one. Salah or Enzo, whom to start? Bro, come on. You know who to start. It's got to be Mohamed Salah. Come on. I'm all for a joke, pal. Yeah, I'm all for a joke. I'm all for a laugh. But that's taking the biscuit. I have Isak captain and Gordon as vice. Oof. I mean, I probably would still play Sells. Forest defensively this season, like I said, have been really, really good. He'll probably come away with quite a few save points as well if they end up getting battered. Wood or Murphy to start? Ooh, I probably would go Jacob Murphy. I prefer Mateta over Eze for me personally at the moment. Yeah, that's the way I'd swing on that one. Should I bring in Mateta for Watkins this game week, even though I still have Saar? No, I probably would be tempted with other players, like a Visser or a Wood, or maybe I'd just give Watkins one more week. Palmer or Salah cap? Obviously, you saw there in the last section, Palmer slightly edging it on the predicted points. You know what? If people want it, we'll do a coin toss. Let me know in the chat. Do you want a coin toss for Palmer or Salah? Let me know in the chat. Nope, it works exactly the same, so you'd only be allowed 2 players rather than 3. Areola or Sells to start? I don't think Areola might not play, so I probably would just go with Sells. But yeah, let me know in the chat if you want to see a coin toss for... What was the coin toss for? Palmer or Salah? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Wayne said yes, he wants a coin toss. Anybody else? Let me know in the chat. Get it in. If you're edging, then toss. Yeah. Always make sure to toss if you're edging. Let me know. Let me know. Do we want this coin toss? Start 3, Timber, Trent, Munoz, Hall, Gavardio. I would probably go Trent, Munoz, Hall. People are gagging for the coin toss. Yeah, we're going to give it them. We're going to give people what they want. We're going to give people what they want. I mean, Stephen, it doesn't seem like the worst idea, but Arsenal's numbers are still pretty decent. The projected numbers on the 11-5 model clean sheet models as well are pretty decent. So you still might be missing out. But yeah, I think we're going to have to do this coin toss, aren't we, to be honest? You saw Areola in a predicted lineup. Cool. We'll go and check out Charlie's predicted lineups in a minute. Right, so we're going to go heads for Palmer, tails for Salah, yeah? Heads for Palmer, tail for Salah. It's landed heads. Oh, the coin has spoken. The coin has spoken, and it has decided Cole Palmer. Oh my days. Oh my days. There we go. So if you trust the coin, it said Palmer's going to be the best captain option this week, not Mohamed Salah. Big. Timothy. Oh, Timothy, what a guy. Look at this. Absolute legend. Look at him go. Gifting out memberships like they're going out of fashion. Oh my days. Look how many new members we've got. Timothy. Oh. Absolutely, mate. We're getting lots of love today. Lots of love. Another gifted in there. Oh my. Look at him go. This is all I'm seeing now. Timothy just gifting. Honestly, legend Timothy. 20. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Timothy, you absolute legend. 25. 25 today we've had. 25 gifted. 20 from Timothy, though. Bro, big shout to Timothy. Look at the members in here. So yeah, I guess we've got a lot of channel members. Well, this was worth taking the afternoon off, wasn't it? Shout out to Timothy in the chat, absolute legend. FPL Shane said, just seen DCL back in training. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. By the way, guys, if you do want to become a channel member, it's click the join button down below. Of course, you get loads of... I'm going to have to make more emojis, aren't I, for this season? I'm going to have to go and make a hell of a lot more emojis after this. Wayne with the Palmer cap now locked. Yeah, obviously we did the coin flip as well. Palmer looking very, very juicy if you trust the coin and all its process and stuff like that. But yeah, shout out to Timothy. What a legend for that. Honestly, what a legend. I have Bruno, Salah, Palmer and Isak. Who is the best captain? I need your experience. Bro, I think if you're unsure of it completely, maybe just stick with Mohamed Salah. I still think a lot of numbers are going to be going for that. Of course, the poll, if you wanted to go off the basis of the poll, looks like still a lot of people are going for Isak. But for me personally, with him being a little bit of a doubt, probably wouldn't be worth going for. And then, obviously, your other options as well. Palmer, obviously, just won the coin toss. Top of the predicted points model as well from Fantasy Football Hub. So, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some expanding to the clubhouse here, aren't we? Jesus. Hey Tom, do I keep Martinelli? I would probably get rid, mate. I'd probably get rid. Trust the coin. Yeah, the coin's got to be trusted. The coin's got to be trusted. Bro, I can't believe Jamie's not been given a membership. Jamie's like one of our hardest working moderators. The guy's just seen 25 people be gifted a membership and hasn't been gifted one. I feel bad for Jamie, man. Either that or get your wallet out, Jamie. Come on. Nah, I'm messing, man. Hopefully someone gifts you one. How close is it between Rodgers and Wood for you? I think I'm going to start Rodgers. I think it's a decent fixture. I mean, if I'm bringing a transfer in for somebody that's going to sit on my bench, no, I don't think I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going anywhere near that, Ahmed. Same reason with the Bruno ones as well. I think United are too inconsistent for me to trust them with an armband. I know how poor Southampton have been, but owning both Bruno and Ahmed is going to be a big enough differential for me not to justify captaining them. Yeah, it's pretty insane punt, though. Pretty insane punt. Why not Palmer cap? Bro, don't, because I'm now a little bit tempted. The coin's spoken. The predicted points are there as well. The thing that was leading me against it was, of course, Bournemouth's strong defensive record this season in terms of expected goals conceded. That was the reason I was hesitant on it. But yeah, let me bring that up for you guys. Let me bring that up for you very quick. Where's FOTMob? Premier League. Stats. Where's team stats? Teams. XG conceded here, right? So here are your top teams. So we've got Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest, Newcastle. So yeah, Bournemouth are 5th for XG conceded, which is ridiculous, by the way. They've only conceded 23 goals as well, so they're not a leaky defence. They're not a leaky defence. Neither are Forest. They're even better as well. So it's going to be a really difficult and tough game for both of these as well. But yeah. I don't think I'd probably look at Somerville. I don't think I'd look at any West Ham players either, to be honest. Yeah. This is it in terms of my transfer plan. So we made the Hall for Kirkes move. And barring any injuries, we're just going to roll for the next few weeks. Probably up until game week 24. Take as many transfers into that double game week as possible. Look to have obviously probably played the assistant managership. That's kind of where I'm at in terms of my thought process for that one. Play the assistant managership. Build some transfers. Get double game week players in. So yeah. That's probably what I'd do with that one. The Mateta one is tempting. Yeah, I think I'd probably be tempted with that one. I don't know if I'd want them next week, though. I think maybe there'll be a new set of players that we want. Would you think about captaining Bruno behind in the mini leagues? I mean, it depends how far you're behind. It depends what you're going for. It could be a huge shout. If you've got like limited stuff to play for, maybe for the rest of the season, you're miles behind, could be worth it. However, my argument would be, Paul, that sometimes just playing smartly and captaining the big boys and hoping your other differentials start to work in your favour might be the better strategy to play it. Rather than thinking I've just got to pick someone random with my captain. Yeah. Welbeck. Yeah, I don't think I'd probably go for Welbeck as a captaincy option. Not a captaincy option. As a player I would be looking at right now. I think you're probably going to be looking at maybe Visser or Wood. But yeah, those are the options I'd go for. Jessica, welcome to the chat. You have missed it all today. We've been gifted 25 channel memberships. It's been absolutely insane. Yeah, no worries, Terry, mate. I expect to see you here. Thank you very much for your continued support. But yeah, Jessica, you've missed it all. We've been gifted mental amounts of channel memberships. And Jamie hasn't got one. I'm absolutely devastated for Jamie. We'll rate teams at... We'll do it at 315. You know what? We'll do it at 315. We'll do team ratings at 315. We'll get a good batch of those in. So if anybody wants their team rating at FPLTom_, leave it under my pinned tweet or my most recent tweet. Make sure you follow me over on Twitter as well, because sometimes it doesn't pull through. Do we know if Isak is injured? Yep, I've gone through this a few times in today's stream, but let's do it again because I think we've had a few more people as well. This is the fitness update from Eddie Howe regarding Alexander Isak. Of course, we know Eddie Howe, though, is a notorious liar, but Alex will be desperate to play today, chasing a club record. He'll train for the first time today and then play, obviously, tomorrow. And then his other quote that you're probably going to see around on Twitter, he will be there or thereabouts. That's the quotes we're getting from him. So, yeah. 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 No worries, Jamie. See you soon, mate. Yeah, it was sick. It's class, to be fair. So, thank you very much for that one. Obviously, Timothy was the boy with a big 20 gifted as well. Everton player suggestions. Ooh, good question. I think you're probably looking at the defenders right now. I don't think any of the striker options are too convincing for me personally to justify me going there. But yeah, I think probably yeah. It's a toughie. It's a toughie. It is a toughie. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'm also going to have to go. Got a uni lecture. No worries. No worries. Enjoy your uni lecture. Not that I ever went to any of mine. Just sort of sacked them off. Still got a degree, so we're still here. We're still vibing. I think Young could be a shout as well, yeah. Obviously, we've got a few players around that cheaper price bracket, haven't we? Depends, though. Like, there is a change of management. Maybe David Moyes might not be as keen on Ashley Young. I think that's probably maybe something we've got to consider as well. They might be a little bit more pragmatic and attacking of a side as well, compared to Dycheball, which is quite bland, isn't it? But it does the job. It does the job. I think if you're going to go Haaland on the wild card, the problem is, I think if you were wild carding this week, you need to be setting yourself up for game week 24 and the double game week there, rather than, of course, bringing Haaland in for 2 weeks. But if you're going to captain in both weeks, then maybe it could be worth it. And it depends how many transfers you're taking into that wild card as well. Yeah, I probably would do those moves for Jesus. I think that's perfectly fine. Yeah, Jessica, you missed the coin toss as well. We had a coin toss for captaincy. Palmer did get it. Top of the predicted points as well from Fantasy Football Hub. Yeah, I agree. I think Salah is going to have a difficult game, but Bournemouth are 5th. So even the other option's not looking great. So yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one this week. It is gonna be a tricky one. João Pedro update. He is gonna train, but they're gonna have to wait and see. But luckily, it's not anything long term. That was kind of the vibe we got from Husler in his press conference. Yeah, the next 2 fixtures are great for Haaland, but after that, you don't want him. You don't probably want any City players as well. I can't believe how many people just got gifted subs back then. That was, I'm still getting grips to that. That was mental, genuinely mental. So thank you very much, guys, for today. You have been legends already. Gonna captain Isak and Salah Vice. Fair if he doesn't play. My only concern was maybe he gets reduced minutes. That would be my other thought. What if Isak comes off about 60? That'd probably be my only other thought. By the way, the pinned comment is the link to my second channel. If you don't know, I do have a second channel where we create football content as well. If you want to go and check that out, there's a really good video from Sweden where that's now at 100k views, which is pretty mental. There is a Blackburn Derby video as well. There's plenty of good stuff. There's more content coming out this week as well. Obviously got some stuff planned for February as well. So there's lots of stuff going off on that channel as well. And I imagine over the summer break, obviously when FPL and Premier League football disappears, that channel will probably start to kick off even more as well. So yeah, make sure to go and check that out. I know quite a few of you aren't subscribed to that channel, but yeah, if you want to go and check that out, support me on my other ventures, then feel free. Sell timber for Canate. Oh, I might be tempted to do that, you know, with the double game week announced now. Might be tempted on that one. Saw and Jackson to Bruno and Mateta. Ooh, I like both of those moves. I do like both of those moves, you know. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I don't think I'd probably do that, Preston. I think that maybe just wasting a transfer for me personally. But if you want that bench cover, you go for it. But I think for me personally, I probably wouldn't be a move I would make, in my opinion. Right, we're going to do team reviews in 50 minutes. So, of course, if you do want your team review by me, head over to my Twitter, @FPLTom_. Leave it on my my most recent tweets, and yeah, we'll get that reviewed. Yeah, I am going to a match. I'm not going to say it because I got absolutely ripped apart, to be honest. Is Jackson a keep? I'm going to give him the next 2. Then we're probably going to maybe move to a Visser, a Gakpo. See what the situation's like there. Coin toss, Palmer or Gordon cap? All right, we'll do it. Tails is going to be Palmer. Gordon is going to be heads, all right? Heads, which I believe was Gordon, right? I probably would do that. I mean, if you want Pickford for the double game week, yeah, that makes sense. Timber or Saliba? Saliba. I would probably play Rodgers, and Semenyo could play as the number 9, but I probably still would go with maybe Rodgers and Solanke on that one. Jesus for Højlund. I don't think that'd be a move I would be making. I would probably go with Robinson on that one. And cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I shall try it. Bro, you don't have to listen to the coin if you don't want to. The coin doesn't speak for all. It doesn't speak for all, mate. Will João Pedro start? He's back in training. The injury isn't as worse. Well, how do you phrase that? Isn't as feared as worse. Isn't worse as feared. There we go. But yeah, it's still a dicey one. But yeah, I probably would still start him if I had him. Play Konza or Lewis? Ooh, I probably would go Konza. I can see Brentford scoring tonight. Is double up Arsenal or defence a risk? It is a big risk, mate. It is a big risk, but as you can see here, from the 11-5 data, still pretty decent clean sheet odds over the next few weeks. So, yeah, they're obviously one of the best defences for XG conceded in the league as well. So, not the worst idea in the world, is it? But going forward, they do look a little bit toothless. They do look a little bit toothless. I'll give them that. Yeah, they do look a little bit toothless. I'll do my score predictions in a minute. We'll go through all the Premier League games and take a look at some score predictions. I don't think I'd be probably getting rid of Mikalenko. I probably would keep him for the double up. And the fixtures aren't awful, but yeah, I probably would keep him for that one. Yeah, I got there in the end. I got there in the end, Jessica, didn't I? Thoughts on who would start up front for Brentford? They had the Otara started in the FA Cup, and I think he got himself 2 goals. They could also play Semenyo up there. Kluivert's already played up there as well. I want to actually go and check out Charlie's team. Well, not. I don't mean to do this. Where am I looking? Charlie. Here he is. Let's have a look who he's got in here. Here's his predicted lineups. Of course, always go and follow FPL Meerkat. He's pretty reliable, to be honest, with these team predictions. But yeah, he's got Otaro. I think that's his name on FPL. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Kluivert on the left, Semenyo on the right. So that's who he's got up front as well. What other ones have we had that some doubts? Jackson's going to be playing, so that's fine. Raul's in there for people with Fulham. Liverpool, Luis Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, probably going to be those same ones. Trent's in there as well. Haaland in there. Foden in there if you've got him. Bruno and Ahmed. This does have obviously Isak, but of course we're going to have to wait and see on the news on that front. Wood up top for Forest. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any other ones as well that people might be potentially fearing. Is Odegaard over Martinelli worth it? I don't think I'd have either of them. I think there's a lot better players to go for. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. Yes, I am rating my teams in 10 minutes. So if you want your team rated by me, there we go. Can you show us Brighton? For you, mate? Yeah, I think some people have asked for the Chelsea one as well. Where is it? Right, here's the Chelsea back line. James, Tossin, Colwell, Cucurella. And the Brighton one looks like that. It has João Pedro in it. But again, we're still going to have to wait for, obviously, how he gets on in training. I probably would still go with João Pedro. Like, it is a decent fixture, isn't it? It is a really decent fixture. Thoughts on who Tottenham might sign? Good question. They need anyone they can get their hands on, really. I think they need a defend. I genuinely think they need a centre back, like a top quality centre back, because defensively they're just they are just a shambles. I don't think I probably would do that, Andrew. Yeah, any defender. Yep, like I said, we're doing the team ratings at quarter past. Do I think Chelsea concede? I think Bournemouth, without obviously their two strikers, could be a little bit toothless today. Who do I think? Otara, I think his name is. Otara. I can't remember how you say it. Otara something. But yeah, he's probably going to be the one. Start Enzo. I actually think I'd be tempted with Vissa, you know. I'd be tempted with Vissa. City defensively have looked ropey for weeks. So yeah, this is why I feel quite confident on Brentford tonight. If you want your team reviewing, send it on my Twitter on one of my most recent tweets. Just leave it under there. Dango Atara. There we go. Crown new. Thank you for that one, mate. Do you think Jota will start tonight? He wasn't in the predicted lineups, but I know there has been some quotes around him starting recent 90 minutes. So yeah, but I don't think he will. I personally would, advise not making Isak your captain with him being a little bit of a doubt tomorrow. With his first training session being today, so I don't think it's probably going to be worth the gamble. Hey, welcome back to the stream, Jamie. Hope you're good, man. Hope you're good. Probably would go Saliba on that one, mate. Captain in Bruno? No, I'm not going to go for the captain Bruno. I think having him is going to be good enough. But obviously, if you want to take that risk, go for it. The betting market suggesting that United are going to be one of the top teams for projected goals. The Bruno betting markets as well were pretty decent. But yeah, I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going to go for it. Not for me. How many votes have we had on the poll now? Let's have a look. 443, right? Still 41% going for Alexander Isak. Then we've got a Salah and Palmer split. Could be a big swing this week in terms of Salah and Palmer. Could be huge. And then 7% for Haaland. It could be one of those weeks where there could be some mad swings going around. Genuinely some mad swings going around. Who is my number one? I believe it's still Alex, if I'm not mistaken. Let me have a look. Where is it? Where's our league? Soggy Biscuit Super League. Yeah, it's Alex, who, by the way, is flying this season. Overall rank, 20. I know he was gifted a membership earlier. We've been speaking to Alex on Discord as well, maybe getting him on the channel at some point. But yeah, Alex is currently sat in 20, so fair play to him. Absolute legend. But yeah, as you can see here, look at all these. Top of FPL Harry's Charity Mini League, top of Golden Goals, third in Raptors, 6th in Let's Talk FPLs. Like, the guy's just absolutely milking everybody. Second in... Imagine being 20th in the world, but you're second in Norway. How frustrating would that be? You can't even say that you're going to be number one in Norway. Yeah. Probably going to be Palmer then, Jess, isn't it? Really, for you there, the signs of that one. Should I bench Madueke? I haven't seen if he's playing or not, but maybe check out FPL Meerkat's team predictions. No, they play slightly different roles. I reckon João Pedro will probably go back to being the number 10. Yeah, both Murillo and Milinkovic are both perfectly fine, to be honest. Jamie, one day, mate. One day. If I was to do a free hit, what would it look like? Probably would have maybe like Bruno, Ahmed. It's a hard week to free hit. It's a hard week to free hit because there's probably Mateta, Munoz, maybe a Brighton defender because they're playing Ipswich. But I could see Ipswich winning that game. I really could. I don't think I'd bench João Pedro if I had him. I probably would play him. It's a decent fixture. Like, if he plays and he scores, you're going to be annoyed because you think, why'd I bench a guy against Ipswich? That's what you're going to be thinking in the back of your head. Visser over Pedro? Oh, I do like Visser, though. I think Visser is a good option. He is a good option, isn't he? Wow. I come on, Jess. You got to be a good parent. You've got to be a good parent. I'd subscribe. I'd subscribe to that channel, Jamie. That looks like a decent channel. That looks like something I would be interested in. But yeah, Jess, I'm gonna call Childline. If you don't tell your son that there's a deadline tonight, that is child abuse. Come on. So Enzo or 8 Nuri to Ahmed or Hall, which is the better transfer? Depends who your other defenders are and if you need one of those defenders to play. That'd probably be my stance on that one, to be honest. Yeah, I think you should make the meme. By the way, if one of the moderators wants to put the Discord in the chat as well, if anybody uses Discord, wants to come chat to me and other members and moderators on the channel and get their teams reviewed and stuff like that, then yeah, go for it. We have pretty decent chats in the week. Boom, boom, boom. We'll do team reviews in a minute as well, so get those sent in to me. If you want your team reviews. How to cancel a free hit? I believe there is a button. Someone tell me if there isn't. But I think there should be a button to cancel it in your transfers. But it might work like a wildcard. Once it's active, it's active. Yeah, otherwise you might be stuck with a free hit. I mean, you could play Lewis Timber Trent this week and have Greaves of cover. So I probably maybe would be tempted then to do the Enzo to Ahmed one. Because you could play Lewis next week against Ipswich. Timber's probably going to be still there. Yeah, I probably would maybe do the Ahmed one then. That's probably the way I'd sit on it. Oh, just turn my torch on. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, thank you for putting the Discord in the chat, man. Appreciate that. Legend. What week am I looking to wildcard? Probably 30. I think 30 is probably the week I'm going to go for it. Double digits in New Zealand. That would be impressive. Hey Tom, start one of Murphy. I'd probably go Murphy actually, yeah. I prefer Ahmed. Start Wood or Duran. Probably go Wood. Don't think Duran goes straight back in. Not in my opinion, anyway. I think with us being close to the double game weeks, I don't think it's going to be worth playing the bench boost when we've got double game weeks a little bit further down the line. It's 2 a.m. here, but I have school tomorrow. Bro, go to bed. Don't bother watching it. Just go to bed. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Not in the slightest. Duran back in his role as super sub. Yep. That's all he does, isn't it? Just super sub every time. Play Watkins or Wood? Probably play Watkins. Right, let's start doing some team reviews then. We've had plenty sent in. So thank you very much for everybody that's sent those in. Of course, if you want to get your team reviewed by me, send it to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under one of my most recent tweets and we'll get them reviewed. We've had a lot, like I said, sent in. So let's dive into some of these then. Obviously got the new Spurs goalkeeper in. Interesting. Would I change anyone here? No. Like I said, probably yeah. If I had Haaland, probably would captain him. So I don't mind that one. Whom to bench? Oh. Oh. Yeah, that's a toughie. Probably would move Rodgers up to first sub though. That'd be my first move in case Isak doesn't play. But I think you probably got it right. I think you probably have got it right. Rate my team, please. Have 2 free transfers and 2 mil in the bank. I think you could roll. I genuinely think you could roll, to be honest. Take 3 into next week. See what the situation holds. But yeah, I think you could hold. Thanks in advance. No worries. Obviously, I can see quite a few people have captained Isak this week. I'm a little bit sceptical of that one. I think he still could deliver well. But I'm a little bit unsure whether or not he plays a full 90 after only doing 1 training session. So yeah, that'd be my concern with that one. Again, another Isak captain. Yeah, that's probably going to be my theme. But the rest of the teams look really, really decent. I feel like we're getting a good selection of them in. But yeah, I think it is that Isak cap that does worry me a little bit. 2 free transfers. Planning to roll. Correct bench order. Oh, yeah. I probably would say yeah. But yeah, I think you can roll that easy. Hey Tom, 5 free transfers and 0.3 mil in the bank. Think I might just do the dual one. Jesus to Wood. Yeah, I probably would do that one. Or they could do the Martinelli one. Martinelli to Ahmed. Potentially Shane there. Could be a tasty option. Gets you that Southampton fixture as well. That could be a juicer. Probably frees up quite a bit of money as well. Just an idea. Just a thought. Just a thought for you there, mate. Planning on holding the 1 free transfer and 2.2 million in the bank. Unsure whether to captain Isak or Palmer. Like I said, the Isak one for me, I do think with him having only 1 training session, probably would make me think probably more towards a Palmer or a Salah. Rest of the team though, I think you probably could get away with it and roll. Can you rate my team, please? I have 2 free transfers with 0.3 in the bank. Probably would roll. Yeah, probably would roll that. 4 free transfers, 2.2 million in the bank. Jesus, who would you consider for him? Napstars on the stream. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that one. Thank you for your 5 gifted subs earlier. Legend. I probably would be Chris Wood then, wouldn't it, really? But you got 4 free transfers. You could do a little bit of manoeuvring. I think Martinelli out might be, again, one of those ones that maybe people look to. But, yeah, it probably is going to be Gabriel Jesus out. I could be tempted with somebody like a Gakpo or a Mateta for this week. Yeah, those could be tasty options. The coin said this lineup. Fair. I rolled the transfer. Yeah, I probably would roll as well. Hi, Tom. What do you think? Do I start Gabriel? I'd start Gabriel ahead of Leif Davis for me personally. Yeah. Thoughts? Be maybe tempted to start Leif Davis ahead of Kirkez. Team's looking good. No obvious issues. Let's have a look at the bench. I think I'd rather play Rodgers over one of your defenders. Probably Robinson. For me personally, anyway. Yeah, I mean, if you're unsure, maybe just stick with the Salah captain if you're really unsure. Yeah, I mean, Henderson obviously being flagged as well. Yeah, I'd probably do that then. Yeah, I think those 2 free transfers make sense, mate. I think they do make sense. Cool. Those were all the teams that were sent in. Of course, if you want your team rated by me, make sure to to yeah, get your team sent in. Follow me as well because they pull through. Which goalkeeper is the best for the next 3 fixtures? Probably I would have said Dean Henderson, but yeah. I'm trying to think who's got okay fixtures. Again, probably Newcastle, but again, like it's so difficult to say, really. Bench 1, Watkins, Jackson, or Mbeumo. Oh my. I would probably be between Jackson and Mbeumo for me. Probably Chris Wood, Mateta, Gakpo. There you go. Gabriel or Robinson. I probably would play Gabriel. Yeah, I think Cunha is definitely going to have a return to my side. That's why I was a little bit hesitant on making the move to Mateta for Jackson, when I probably maybe want Mateta back in a few weeks. Not Mateta, Cunha back in a few weeks. Yeah, mate, sometimes they don't pull through, so just make sure to drop me a follow, because sometimes they don't work. Make sure you're in the right account. Make sure you're leaving it on the correct post. There's loads of things why they don't pull through. Why do I like Salah more than Palmer? I'm kind of just sticking with the numbers. I don't think either of them are the best captains this week. Thoughts on Bruno captaincy? Yeah, I think Bruno for me and my team is going to be a big enough differential where, yeah, I don't have to worry about it. I might change my mind later down the deadline. I really, really might. But for right now, I'm probably going to stick with Mohamed Salah. I think. Obviously, the coin went for Palmer, so, you know, the holy coin knows its stuff. Bruno as captain, please tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't think I'd go Bruno captain. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Why have I not turned that back on? Just eating into my data on my phone like an idiot. Like an idiot. I'm probably only going to stream till maybe about, I reckon, around like 4:15, somewhere around there. It's like another hour out of me. As you can probably hear, my voice is still on the mend. It's never really recovered from when I got tonsillitis, but yeah, I don't want to overdo it, kill my voice off and stuff like that. Obviously, there's a there's a game week in Saturday. I've got a video filmed on Thursday as well, so I don't want to overkill it. But yeah, keep your questions coming in, any that you do have. We'll do my score predictions as well. Someone asked me this earlier in the chat, so let's do those. Brentford City, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Brentford. Controversial, but we're going for it. Chelsea Bournemouth, I'm going to go 1-1. West Ham Fulham, I'm going to go 1-1. Nottingham Forest Liverpool, I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. Everton Villa 0-0. Leicester Crystal Palace, I'm going to go 3-1 Palace. Newcastle Wolves, I'm going to go for 2-0 to Newcastle. Arsenal Spurs, I'm going to go 2-1 to Arsenal. Ipswich Brighton, I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Ipswich. And United versus Southampton, I'm going the game. I've got Bruno, so let's go 4-0 United. There you go. 4-0 to Manchester United. They're going to be my predictions on that one. Yeah, the reason I've gone with Salah over Palmer, I think it's incredibly tight between the two. They're both playing pretty good defenses. And if you watch the Wolves game against Nottingham Forest, they got in. They did get in, and Forest were very, very fortunate at times to actually keep a clean sheet in that one. Can you change? I mean, I need the Rodgers goal as well. Nah, I probably wouldn't, mate. I probably wouldn't. I probably would stick as is. But yeah. Bench João Pedro would. I probably would play João Pedro and hope he plays against Ipswich. Got to be done, hasn't it? They're one of the worst teams in the league, so I think it's got to be done. Got to be done. Bench 1 from Cucurella, Castagna, Murphy. Probably going to be either Castagna or Murphy, isn't it? Who to bench, Rogers or Ahmed? Oh, probably Rogers. I do feel like the Ahmed fixture is better. I do feel it is just a little bit better. Don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, 100%. Make sure you're liking the stream, commenting, all that good stuff. I'm going to quickly get a cough sweet because my throat is starting to just twinge a little bit. And I want to keep it in good nick for future weeks coming up. So give me a second. Let me just quickly go and get that. Get your questions in. Anything like that. We'll have a scout round on Twitter as well for any early team news and stuff like that as well. Just give me a second. Back in a second. Battery's low on my laptop as well. Give me a sec. Give me a second. Whew. Opinions on Isak this week. I'd keep him. I wouldn't captain him. That's my advice. No worries, Jessica. Hope you're doing good. I want to have a quick scout round on Twitter. See what we're working with. Anytime goal scorers again here. Haaland top. Palmer ahead of Salah. That Palmer one is... Maybe he might sway me back in. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best way to go. Stick with the Palmer cap. Hey Notion Vids, I'm doing good, mate. I hope you're doing good as well. Been a very good stream today. A very, very good stream. Can I show you the clean sheet odds? Yes, I can. Wrong one. I was confident. Too confident. There you go, mate. There's the clean sheet in the betting odds for this week. Manchester United top. I don't think there's any real surprise in that one, is there? My FPL league code will pop above my head. If not, there should be an auto join link as well. I think I'm going to start using it for FPL. What do you mean? How's the random answer book going to do it? But yeah, it should pop above my head at some point. I think there's a link in the description as well that has like an auto join link. But yeah, there you go. Saar and Eze. I don't think it's worth the extra mil to pay for Eze, so I'd probably go Saar. Yeah, I think that's it. I think Jessica's just smashed it out. It's above my head right now as well. So there you go. There's the auto link to join that one. I've gone Isak as my captain. Yeah, fair enough. I just don't think he's going to play either a good amount of minutes or no minutes at all. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at with Alexander Isak right now. I would tempted to play Dean Henderson. I think the fixture's better for him. And obviously if he doesn't play, Alisson comes in. I play Robinson. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Duran back in here as well. Matteson on this one as well from FPL Villain. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Yeah, definitely too risky to bring in João Pedro this week. I would go Hall, Munoz. Hall, Munoz, and you know what? I probably would go for Robinson. Yeah, I think that's probably the way I'd lean on that one. Lewis to Munoz could do, but I think you might as well. I think City will concede today, but then they've got Ipswich next week. No leaks as of yet. We've still got quite a while till the deadline, so I doubt we're probably going to get any this early on. Seems like City as well have tightened up the leaks. Foden to Bruno or Gordon would give me triple Newcastle or double Manchester United with Ahmed. I probably wouldn't do either then, to be honest, Mackham. Foden's got a pretty decent record as well against Brentford. And then Ipswich at the weekend. You might as well play him for the next two, for me personally. I probably would start Rodgers over Robinson, yes. I probably do for Gordon for the next three, but then I would have an eye on getting Brian and Mbeumo in around 24. Yeah, there's some pretty honky picks in there, mate. Maybe could be worth considering a wild card on that one. I think having Bruno on his own, he's around 10%, probably going to be 11 when the deadline hits. Yeah, it's probably just going to be worth captaining for me personally, one of the bigger boys. Follow through on your good intentions. Okay. He did come from their youth academy, yeah. I play Cells. Force on Mateta cap? No. Get away. None of this Mateta cap muck. I saw you on another YouTube. I'm guessing you mean my second channel. That's what I'm guessing anyway. I hope. By the way, if anybody wants to go and check out the second channel, it is the pinned comment. Plenty of high quality stuff over on there as well. Start Duran or Wood? Ooh. Probably go Wood. How did I make that decision? Numbers. Basically, my thought process is this. I think Wolves got in at Forest, and if they had better players, would have scored more. And I think Liverpool need to go and win this game now. I think Forest will be very, very good, and I think the game will be very, very good. But I can see Salah just getting something out of it. Palmer as well. Bournemouth are a pretty good defence. I think people don't realise how good a defence Bournemouth are. They're currently sat 5th for XG conceded. I know Forest is at 3rd, but again, you're going up against two pretty difficult channels as well. Difficult channels. I read the chat at the same time. Difficult teams who know how to defend. So yeah. So I'm kind of just sticking with numbers and hoping the rest of the team can pull me through the game week. Don't captain Raul. He's good enough on his own. Not injured. It's going to be... They're hoping he's there or thereabouts, is the quote from Howe. Oh, you saw me on FPL Therapy. Very nice. I enjoyed that. It was great. Hopefully get to go on again at some point. Really nice meeting Ross. But yeah, Ross was... one of pretty much the main reason this channel exists. I was sat with my girlfriend at the time watching FPL Raptors video, and she said to me, why don't you just start making content, because you're always talking about FPL. So I did. So thank you for that, but the rest of forget it. The 2 mini league codes, I think one of them's the Champions League code, but I can't remember which one's which now. Thoughts on Gakpo? Yeah, I think he is first choice, but Liverpool have a lot of games coming up, so I'm a little bit more hesitant. Yeah, I know Bournemouth are missing quite a few of their players, but the defence is still pretty much there in terms of the numbers. And I just think if I'm not 100% convinced either way, like I'm not like, oh yeah, I want to captain Palmer this week. But yeah, I think if I'm not 100% sure, I should just stick with the numbers and hope the rest of the team can pull me through. Did you gain many subscribers? Yeah, I think we gained like 100 or something. So, you know, it was worth it. I probably would still maybe gamble on João Pedro. Probably again would still gamble on João Pedro over Enzo. You love Nunes. How can you like Darwin Nunes? He's terrible. He is dross. No. Yeah. Pretty much Notion vids. I don't think he's going to be worth it. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, he's a bit of a donkey though, isn't he? Probably go with Anderson on that one. Ooh, probably Robinson. I did a wildcard team, but it probably would be updated. It'd have a lot more Liverpool players in it. So it probably would have Konate, Salah, Palmer, Brian and Mbeumo, Rodgers, Bruno, Hall, Munoz, Mikolenko, Isak, Wood, and then maybe Gakpo or Visser. Wood or Saar? I think you've got to play Saar against Leicester, haven't you? Verbergen or Pickford? Probably go Verbergen. But again, that could be a 50-50. This is why I don't like rotating goalkeepers. Is it time to bring Haaland back in? Nope. His next two fixtures are good, but after that, they fall off a cliff again. Yeah. Let me bring up those City fixtures for you. Where is he? So yeah, these are the City fixtures. So Brentford and Ipswich, yep, fine. Chelsea probably fine, but then Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Spurs probably fine, but then Forest. It's probably not going to be here 29. I'm going to wildcard in 30 anyway. So if I want to get Haaland back in, I think if you can hold your wildcard till 30, when we'll know which teams are doubling in 33, 34, 37, 36, and which teams are blanking around this period, then I think that is the time we go and bring Haaland back in. If you've got him, keep him for the next two. Great. After this period here, I wouldn't have Haaland. And I'm not going to have Haaland. This is where I'll probably bring him in on a wild card. If I was to go and get Erling Haaland, would be around game week 30. Everybody outside of that, yeah, I don't think it's going to be worth it. For me personally. I have quite a lot of value tied up in him. I'm hoping if I drop Jackson down to Visser, I might be able to upgrade Greaves or even Conte. Munoz or Robinson. I probably would play Munoz this week. Why is everybody interested in Bruno now? His numbers have been pretty decent. Good fixtures on the horizon. Penalty taker. Yeah. Start Iwobi or Cunha. Ooh, I probably would go Cunha. Probably would. If you've sent me your team on Twitter, I'll take a quick look, see if it's there, ready for review. Oh, we've had a few. We'll have a look. Visser or Alanga. Also, who would you suggest with this current lineup? Or probably would, yeah, probably stick with what you've got. I probably would play Robinson over either Kirkes or Aina, and I probably would only play a back three. So yeah, chuck Robinson in for Kirkes, and then Enzo probably in for Aina, and then, yeah, I probably would play a back three. I'd also change that Vice off Kirkes. Also, take a look at my second team. Palmer cap, nice. This looks like a better team, to be honest. Yeah, looks decent. Looking good. Ooh, I probably would hold. Thoughts on Kudos? Yeah, I'm not going to go near any West Ham players for a little bit. Want to see how they get on under Graham Potter first before I make any sort of moves towards them. Bench one of João Pedro, Saw or Visser. Probably Visser based on the fixture. Yeah, I think I'm going to hang on to Aina. Forest defensively as well have just been really, really good. Sell Watkins, pretty good fixtures. Yeah, but Duran's back, isn't he? And I've seen now in a few predicted lineups, Duran's actually in them. So yeah. Yeah, I think when I'm going to Canate, I'll probably get rid of Konza or Greaves. Those are probably going to be the two players I will look to upgrade to Canate. Probably would go either Timber or Robinson on that one. Yep, did review the teams, mate. All good. Gave them my thoughts and my feedback and everything like that. So yeah, there you go. Obviously, if you're new to the channel as well, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Like I said, we are trying to hit 1,000. No, we're not. We're trying to hit 2. No, we're not even trying to hit 2. We're trying to hit 12,500 by the end of the season, and it is only possible with your guys' amazing support. As well, the pinned comment is my second channel if you want to go and check that out. Football away days kind of style. So yeah, some more videos coming up out later this week. Trip to Belgium booked for February as well. So some interesting stuff. Bro, I just checked. We just went through your team. We did them. We did them, mate. We did your team, bro. We did your team already. Just rewind the stream and you'll see me review it. I did both as well. Start Enzo or Wood. Ooh, I'll probably go Wood on that one. I could easily bring in Allison for Raya, I guess. I could do that. No worries, Andy, mate. You've missed it all. It's all been cooking off today. 25 gifted channel members, which is ridiculous. So, yeah. Mental. Bruno best cap. I mean, the data is looking good for Manchester United. I just don't know whether or not they're a reliable enough side. So, yeah. That's kind of how I'm sitting on that one at the moment. But you never know. You never know. I wanna make you there. What a song that is. Of course, we'll be back on as well on Saturday with more FPL deadline streams. We'll probably go live from like 7:30 again. Get it nice and early for those that are up at that time. If you could have cap anyone who wasn't Haaland, who would it be? I probably would just stick with Palmer or Salah. Yeah. Bruno is a tempting one, but I think having him is going to be a big enough one. But yeah, I maybe could be dragged into the Bruno one maybe a little bit later, so maybe just follow me on Twitter as well. Just to make sure I don't lose my marbles and end up going for Bruno captain. But I'm probably going to just stick with Salah. I'm not 100% convinced on any of the players this week, so yeah. Fair enough, mate. What's my overall rank? I am 52k overall right now. Probably going to have to be either Gakpo or Jackson, isn't it? He's only doing his first training session today. I mean, yeah, if they came out and said, like, oh, yeah, Isak's 100% fine, he's going to play, then I probably would be tempted. But with the comments that they've said, and obviously Howe being a pretty notorious liar, I'm not going to go near that captain. Haaland or Salah for cap? I think if I had Haaland, I probably would give him the armband this week. Would you start Solanke up front instead of João Pedro? I think if I've got João Pedro, I'd take the gamble and maybe just play with him. It's Ipswich. It's a good fixture. probably would be Jackson out of that list you've listed there, to be honest. I think everybody else I would want to play this week. So, yeah, Jackson probably would be the one that I'd give the bench to. When you call my name, I want to take you there. Oh. Best non-Fulham defender for 4 million. You're going to be struggling. There's not really too many options around that price point. I probably would just play with 10. I'd gamble and just play with 10. I don't think having a goalkeeper is that important. Henderson is illness. I haven't checked what's come out from Palace. When you call my name. Na, 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 na. Hill at 3.9. Great shout, Andy. There's one. There's another one as well. Jessica, look at him go. Look at him go. I think the next 3 fixtures, because the fixtures are so good, it is one of those, isn't it, really? Where I feel you're probably just kind of stuck and you have to keep him. But obviously, if it's not working out and you watch the performances and don't think they're good enough, then yeah, make the switch. Best non-Fulham defender for 4.7. Ooh. Probably maybe a Forest defender. Munoz is at 4.7, I believe, as well. Botman at 4.4, if he's fit and available, could be a decent shout as well. Any suggestions for a Diaz replacement? I don't think I'd take Diaz out. Because they're going to have that double in 24, and you probably want him back for that period. But yeah, if I was to recommend anyone, probably would be Gordon. Oh, if I've got Henderson, I probably would maybe just play Fabianski. Or just play Henderson and hope that he plays. Because they're not just going to sub him on because it's illness, so yeah. I would probably go Hall and Robinson over Colwell. That's the way I'd sit on that one. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline, let me know. Obviously, if you're new around here as well, make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff. Like I said, plenty more content coming from me over the next few weeks. Would you start Rodgers or Gabriel? Depends who else is in that back line, really, doesn't it, James? I think I probably would only want Gordon or Isak. Gordon and Isak. I think having Murphy thrown in there as well is a bit overkill. So yeah, I probably would say Isak and then pick between Gordon or Murphy. I would probably play João Pedro and hope for the best. It wasn't from me, man. It was from who was the guys who gifted memberships? But anyway, someone gifted 20 and then someone gifted 5, and I think you were in the bulk of 20. So yeah, shout out to those guys. Like I said, absolute legends. Very easily, but an early substitution in that game for Bradley probably swings it back the other way. Great goal as well. Probably again swings it in the favour of him starting. Forwarded my team onto you at Twitter. Cool, we'll go and have a look. Yeah, I reckon Raul starts. Let's have a look at this one. I think that one's fine. I'd probably, leave as is. On a wildcard, been tweaking a lot. Unsure on Jackson. Jackson definitely won't be on a wildcard for me. Anyone else in that forward department? Gakpo with the double announced for Liverpool now. I mean, you've got double Liverpool defence. Visser, Wood. You can maybe take a gamble on Mateta for the next few weeks as well. But I don't think I probably would go. I would maybe be tempted not to have Jacob Murphy and rather have Rodgers. For me personally there as well. I have 3 doubtful forwards. Well, Gabriel Jesus has done his ACL, so he's probably the priority. I reckon João Pedro and Isak both might play. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, Jamie. Stinger. Yeah, I think Isak will probably play. Again, it is, though, just Eddie Howe and his notorious lies. Start Roger. Ooh, I probably would go Rogers, yeah. I probably would bench Matoma then for Rogers. I mean, it depends what your team's looking like now. If you've got decent transfers, you could build into that one. But if you're going to play the triple captain, you're probably going to play it on Mohamed Salah, right, in 24. I'm guessing you've probably already got him. So just maybe look to build some transfers ahead of that double over the next few weeks if your team can manage it. That's probably the advice I'd give on that one. Can you call my name? I wanna take you there. What a tune. Have I used my TC yet? Yes, I've used it. Used it on the single game week Haaland, didn't I, like a numpty? But he had his chances, and it's just one of those, isn't it? You are in the Holy Spanner gang. That's an even more elite crew right now. Bro, if Konza gets a goal, we're loving life, aren't we? We're loving life. But yeah, the low-scoring defenders this year, and I do think this is probably going to be a trend going forward. Cheaper defenders might be the way to go forward with the game. If they play for a decent enough defence, can get attacking returns, why not? We're seeing less and less clean sheets every week as well. Probably would go Castagna and Lewis on that one, mate. Yeah, Castagna and Lewis. When you call my name. What a song. What a tune. Get that on. Oh, you're loving life, aren't you? You're loving it. When's the best time to wildcard in your opinion? 30. Wildcard in 30. You get to see all the blanks and the doubles. Set your team up for bench boosts, free hits, triple captain if you leave it to that point, assistant manager. Yeah, so 30 is probably going to be the ideal week to wildcard for me personally. That's how I'm going to play it. Don't really like those moves. Not for me. I'd just start João Pedro. Yeah, I'd just start João Pedro. I mean, I don't think there's anything really worthwhile in terms of the data for Robinson, so probably would still go Castagna. It looks like Tete's still going to be out for a little bit. I probably would just stick with Pickford, you know. I genuinely think there's no point in rotating goalkeepers. Pickford last year got most of his points, or his mega hauls, against top 6 sides. I don't mind those moves, you know. Trent Canate to then get Rodgers to Mbeumo. That is sexy. I think you could just play Wood and get away with it for 1 week. Then I think we're going to have a lot more options to assess next week or the following week. With Mateta, we've got Solanke, who's got a really decent run. Golden Goal pointed out to me this. The run for Spurs after this Arsenal game is really good. And I've not seen anybody talk about this run. I'm going to talk about it in my transfer targets video a little bit later today, which will be released after today's games. But yeah, it's a really, really tasty run, genuinely. Keep or sell Trent? I probably would keep him now we know the double's in 24. But it's difficult when you're paying 7.2 million. But he is one of those players that can get a 15-pointer as well. Yep, second for points already this season. I know they've not got Dyche anymore, but Moyes is still pretty good defensively as well. He's pretty good. Ooh, I do think Spurs will score in that game. So I probably would go Castagna. I would play Rodgers and Gabriel. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have ahead of the deadline, let me know. Yeah, I mean, it's not... I don't hate the idea of going Bruno Fernandes captain, but it's not for me personally. Thoughts? Ooh. Watkins maybe benched. I've seen a few teams with Duran in. So maybe just honest that one. But you got a decent bench that could cover it. But just, yeah, maybe one to think about there. Obviously, I know a lot of the big boys are going live now as well. So, yep, I understand it. I understand it. If you want to leave, don't worry. I get it. We'll probably be wrapping up fairly soon-ish as well. Like I said, we've been live since 2 o'clock as well. So, yeah, Gabriel double-digit haul incoming. Yep, agreed. I think that is a great replacement. Yeah, I mean, you're never really going to play Flecken, are you? I mean, if you've got the triple captain, it is going to be that triple captainship in 24. The assistant manager one could be decent as well. No leaks from me, mate. You might get a few more later on. Obviously, there's still another 2 hours till the deadline. But yeah, you're going to get nothing from me, unfortunately. Wanna take you there. Ding dong do. Ooh, take you there. Boom, 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 boom. No worries, mate. Enjoy your rest. Enjoy your sleep. Enjoy your sleep. Let me know what your score predictions are for today's games as well, guys. Get them in the comment section below. Yeah. 8 PM in my country. That's not too bad then. That's not too bad. Cheers, mate. I appreciate that. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of hard work and dedication, but we've been doing this channel. It's going to come up to the 3-year anniversary in February, so yeah, we'll probably do something nice for that. But yeah, we're just plugging away. Obviously, we've got the second channel as well. Obviously, that's the pinned comment if you want to go and check that out. Yeah, some big ambitious goals for that channel as well. Hopefully, you can get some save points. Who knows? Yeah, Jesus has done his ACL, so he's probably the priority rather than Odegaard. But I like the move you suggested for the Odegaard one to Bruno Fernandes. Bringing in a penalty taker, it's always going to be beneficial. So yeah. I think she is trying to say "sing it louder." Unfortunately, I don't know the words, all the words. I only know like the "when you call my name, I didn't think you that." I wanna take you there. If anybody knows the words, put them in the chat. Moy's fairy tale. Nice. Yep. Yeah, I can have a look, mate. I can have a look. Good luck to you as well, my friend. FPL Mackham's team. Yeah, I think that's pretty sad. Ahmed, captain. Oh, hello. That's a bold one. That's a bold one, that one, mate. I probably would be between Palmer Salah. Whew. I hope it works out for you, mate. I really, really hope it works out for you, but it could be a dicey one. I've updated my team on Twitter. Any changes? I haven't seen it come through. When you call my name. If there's any other songs you want me to sing, The Happy Hardcore cover. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what the song's called. I genuinely don't even know what the song's called, to be honest. I hear your voice. Go on. What's the next lyric? I hear your voice. I hear your... I'm still doing it where I'm going... take you there. Feels like an angel calling. Okay, yeah, we're now back. Hear your voice. When I call her name. No, I'm all for the good cheap defenders as well. All for it. 2 years, 3-year anniversary of the channel. Come on. Send it again. Cool. I'll probably bottle the Ahmed captain. Yeah. Eesh. 1 transfer left. Any changes needed? No. I probably would... Oh, Saw not playing. Oh, mate, come on. Saw's got to be first sub. Yeah. I think you could end up maybe with a heavy heart with Saw sat there. Can't remember from there. No worries, mate. If you want to send me a team on Twitter, but I will be wrapping up in a few minutes. We've been live for like 2 hours. So yeah, I'm going to wrap up in a few minutes. And Buemo would start. I probably would go in Buemo. 90-minute man. Boss, isn't he? He is just a boss. Hear you crying when you call my name. Take you there. Boo-ba-doo. Let's have a look who's live. Let's have a look who's live. Is Golden live? I think he is. Yeah, we'll probably send you Golden's way in a minute. I hope Liverpool lose today. Whoops. I would probably go Saar. Yeah, you can't captain. You can't captain him. Come on. Transfer Jackson to Mateta or roll. Oh, it is tempting, and I've been tempted with it myself. But yeah, I probably would roll. Probably would have actually Cunha out of all those options you've put there, Charlie. I think Solanke might be worth a shout as well with decent fixtures after this week. Gakpo as well with the double. Should I bench Wood for Saar? Oh, probably. Yeah, I think you have to. I think you have to, don't you, realistically? Alisson or Fabianski? Probably would play Alisson. Probably would play Alisson. Right, I'm going to wrap today's stream up. Like I said, go and check out Golden Goal stream. I've just dropped the link in the chat for that one. I'll be in there. I'll be talking in the chat for a little bit. Stirring the pot. But yeah. Head over to Golden Goals. Thank you for a very, very good stream today. You guys have been absolute legends. Genuinely legends today. 25 gifted members, which is insane. It genuinely is insane. The numbers have been great. Subs have been going up. It's what we love to see. There will be a video out after tonight's games as well, so do keep your eyes peeled for that one. Of course, if you're new around here as well, make sure you're liking, subscribing, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one. So see you in a bit, guys. Good luck this game week.